XRP, you want to analyze the XRP versus ETH. Okay, first of all, if you refer to analysis in my last video when the price was within this move, we mentioned we can look for this one as a short-term trade as long as the price haven't retested this low. As you can see, we didn't get the trade and the price retest this low. That's why now we cannot consider this as a correction relative to this. Now we should look at the entire this correction in relative to the bigger one. Okay, that's why we move these lines. Okay, now I want to see what's the next. Anyway, we start with higher time frame. We want to see what we have been looking for. Based on daily chart, we wanted to see whether we can put this one in relative to this, and we can look for buy or not. But the question is, what we get here is really sharp. Can we expect this one to give us a correction for one more drop? Okay. And in this case, we move to forward chart. And even based on forward chart, we mentioned that we want to put this one in relative to this. We can expect to get one move up, at least with the breakout of this. But when we look at the 1 hour chart, the way what we have here is a really corrective. That means still we can expect this one turn to a deeper correction before we get the next move. All right. And can we expect to get a flat? This is what we should know, that in this case, we're looking for buy with the breakout of this. We need to make a decision. Any buy with the breakout of the previous top, we need to make a decision whether there is a continuation or this one can turn to a bigger correction as a flat. Okay. And in this case, we want to see how we can trade based on a 1 hour chart. As what I can see here, okay, technically we can expect this one turn to a correction in relative to this. That means we can expect to get one more drop. Then any reversal from there we can look for trade, because of what we have here is turn to a flat. That's why maybe we can look for this one in relative to this as a trade setup, but this short-term trade with the breakout of this top, we need to see whether there is a continuation or not, because simply we can expect this one to give us a flat, then give us one more drop. If this one we get, that means in this one turn to a flat, it gives us one more drop with the breakout of this low. Any reversal can give us better confirmation rather than the price continue from here. Because even if you want to trade this one based on 1 hour chart, is not a really good trade setup. The only way is maybe we can look at it based on 15 minutes. All right, we can consider this one as a correction in relative to this. Any trade with the breakout of this top, we have to start to manage, because at that times we want to see whether this one turn to a flat or we can expect the continuation. All right, that means this one is the only way we can look for trade as based on 15 minutes. And if this one retests this low, we don't have any trade setup. And the best things is if we want to look for buy, the best things I prefer is we get one move up, we confirm this flat, the price drop, maybe we can look for this down move, then from there any reversal we look for trade. And if anyone wants to look for this one, they consider it as a short term with the breakout of the top. They need to make a decision whether there is a continuation or not. It doesn't mean the price cannot continue from here. Even there is a possibility this one break this one and continue. All right, but it depends whether we want to look for this trade or we wait for the breakout of this, we get the confirmation for the next trade. I think the best things is we wait for the price to break the previous top, then if we see there is a confirmation for continuation, then from there we can look for trade. Anyway, we don't have any trade set up for the long term, and right now we're looking at this, whether this one can turn to a correction in relative to this or not. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.